So we might have some saving grace in terms of 343. For those of you that's been following me for a while, you know that in July, I wasn't exactly hating on everything 343 showed me, but I definitely saw a lot of room for improvement, and it showed maybe the studio isn't capable of really taking Halo and making it to the next brand. But it does look like Microsoft is listening to the community, and they're going to make a little bit of changes in terms of 343, and I want to talk about that. But before we get on with the video, definitely hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. You could always subscribe to the channel for weekly content. You could find me on Twitter at Lord Addict IOP. But without any further ado, let's get on with the video. What's going on, you guys? Gaming Guide here, coming at you for another video. Clearly, if you read the title and listened to the intro, you know what I'm about to talk about. I'm about to talk about 343 Industries. It looks like they might have some leadership change over there. Not necessarily anything to do with Bonnie Ross or anyone doesn't seem to be getting fired at this point. But what Microsoft seems to have decided that they're going to do with 343 is they're going to bring in a couple different managements to oversee certain sections of Halo Infinite and to make sure this game gets on path of how Halo should really be. So the first one they're bringing in is Joseph Staten. Now I know a lot of Halo people, you're gonna know who this individual is. He was responsible for a lot of different scenarios going into all the Halos, and you know, he hasn't been part of the Halo brand in a long time, so it's nice that he's back, because I do have a feeling with him there, a lot of things are gonna end up getting to the direction that Halo needs to go. Now it is very debatable if he has showed up too late to really make any major changes, but I do think him being there in general, but if he does a good job, he might end up taking Bonnie Ross's job. We don't know what's going to happen behind closed doors. He might be there just to oversee everything and make sure that Halo to the root is what the fans want and is what the fans deserve. What would be crazy is if he shows up and he is the replacement for Bonnie Ross, and he's just getting himself a little bit more familiar with the role and with working with the studio as a whole and getting a lot of the chemistry down with the end of the development cycle for Halo Infinite, and he's going to end up taking up Bonnie Ross's place after Halo Infinite's launch. That is complete speculation. Who knows what's going to happen? I do know he's going to be answering to Chris and Bonnie Ross, but we don't really know what's going to happen post Halo Infinite. It is supposed to be a 10-year-old game. I don't know if that's going to change, considering that they're going to be doing some changes from here going into whenever they decide to announce the release date again. Now, in Jason Schreier's post, he did say there will be another senior leadership from Microsoft to join 343. If I were to guess, it would be the multiplayer side wherever this individual goes, because if there's anything that any Halo fan could tell you is that the campaign definitely helps sell Halo, but the multiplayer is the bloodline in terms of what this franchise can do and how long people play this game. So 343 definitely knows how important this is. I do think that one of the biggest warning signs, one of the biggest red flags that we didn't really get that we've got in previous 343 is an open beta that they've normally done with Halo 5 for about 2 or 3 months. They get all the information from the community and they make sure to imply the ones that make sense to the game before launch. But since we never got that, I did think that was weird. But the game was delayed, so it's hard to tell what happened behind closed doors. Now, as far as my opinion on this matter, I do think that this game is going to have some drastic changes. Now, I don't know if they're going to change it from a games as a service. You guys know how I feel about that. I don't think Halo deserves to be a games as a service, but that's just my opinion. I think that if you bring entities so late in the development, this game's going to be delayed to probably 2022, maybe the beginning of 2023. I don't know. That's just me speculating on the matter. I do feel like if they drop the Xbox One support, they can make a Halo that we never would have got if it was running on the Xbox One. And since they're bringing these veterans back into the Halo brand, maybe we'll get a lot of changes in terms of what people didn't like with some of the gameplay. Maybe they'll go back to exactly classic Halo. It's hard to tell at this point. Clearly, there's a lot going on over there at 343. I don't know if it has to do with the slip space engine. Maybe when they made that engine, it was a lot harder to optimize and work on than they initially thought. Maybe they rushed that engine to get the game out there in a certain amount of time. And if Microsoft's able to let them work on maybe another year, maybe another 2 years, it would give them a lot more resources that they need and a lot more time to maybe get familiar with this engine to get the best Halo out there that's possible. I know a lot of people are are going to be looking down that I think that this game might get delayed to, 2022, maybe the beginning of 2023. That's just a speculation on my part. But let me ask you guys a question. Would you rather a game come out early that couldn't be the best Halo that we deserve? Or would you have the delay and all and get the greatest Halo that we've ever played? Clearly, even if they delay this game to 2025, it's not going to mean it's going to be amazing. But I do think with the amount of time, with the new people that's coming in there that has been part of the Halo brand when it was at its height, we have a lot more shot at having a fantastic Halo than we did a week ago. But that's just me. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. Put it in the comment section below. I'm kind of curious what you guys' feeling is in terms of 343 in general. I know I've asked this question a couple of times. I do feel like we need some type of management change with 343 if Halo Infinite isn't where it's supposed to be when it launches. Tell me what you guys would do in that comment section below. Do you think Bonnie Ross needs to go? No disrespect to her, but at the end of the day, if you have the Halo brand for as long as you've had, they've had it for just about as much time as Bungie had theirs, and clearly Bungie did way more with the brand than 343 has ever done with it. So we might need a leadership change. But anyway, put that in the comment section below, and until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.